be for future discussion. Takes about for some minutes. And we also have some handout on the side. In case somebody don't know how to use GoToMeeting, first, if you look at here, if you couldn't talk or nobody can answer, can hear you, you may want to check this area to make sure that you adjust it to the correct place. And this little button here is mute or unmute button, and here is how you show your screen. If you if it's your turn to show your screen, then you click this button. And over here is how you raise your hand or put it down. So by clicking this button. And we also have some handouts over here. So you can just go here and download the handouts if you like. If you have some questions you would like to ask, please enter your question in here. And other people won't be able to see it, but we are gonna, Debbie will be copying down those questions and put on the on her screen, and later on we can show the questions. And once you enter your questions by clicking send here, it'll show over here. If you don't see anything in here, that means you haven't sent your question out yet. Nobody can see it until it shows up in this window. Okay. So that's our meeting agenda and the little things. Without further ado, I'm gonna transfer the screen to George. A second, I define George. George. Yeah, we can see your screen now, George.
And this is Ken speaking now.
I'm sorry.
That's okay. That's okay. Thanks, Sarah. Are you going to go into presentation mode there, George?
Yeah, you can start, George. Or sorry, Ken.
Okay, thanks. Thanks, Sarah, and thanks everyone for joining us tonight. We appreciate the opportunity to talk to you about our company and product. And so there we go. So go ahead, George. Well, it's Ken Fordham. I'm the VP of Sales and Marketing for Crystal, and George Su is our Chief Technical Officer. What we're going to cover in our 10 minutes with you is we'll give you just a very brief background into who Crystal Migration Services is, and then introduce you to our SSRS Web Reporting software designed to make the world of writing SSRS reports much easier but very powerful. We'll spend the most of the time on the demonstration, and of course we have some opportunity for Q&A at the end. Okay, George? So we're based in just outside of Vancouver on the west coast of Canada and British Columbia. We specialize in business intelligence migration solutions, and out of that has risen our SSRS Web Report software. We literally do business all over the world, primarily with our report conversion business. So if any of you have Crystal reports that are lingering in your organization and you'd like to move them to SSRS, we can do that as well. Go ahead, George. We're industry recognized provider of solutions in the SSRS world. We attend one of our big events every year is the PASS Summit conference. It's been in Seattle the last few years. We're a Microsoft migration partner. We've worked with Microsoft on projects, and we have developed our business around converting Crystal reports to SSRS, and now the SSRS Web Reporting software. Okay, George? So SSRS Web Reporting is an easy-to-use, extremely easy-to-use web SSRS report writing piece of software. And if you wanted to compare it to something that's like a point camera or a draw interface for people who have no technical skills, no background in writing SSRS reports at all, don't need to understand the language or the art of creating those reports. They need to just simply understand their own data and work with their own data. It's powerful, and it allows people in all parts of the business to create real, true ad hoc reports at their fingertips. Go ahead, George. George, you can change the slide. We're in different places here, so we have to coordinate our efforts. What we create, though, even though it's a very simple and intuitive interface, is that the reports are true SSRS, and behind, under the hood and behind the covers, it's generated true SSRS code report. Reports ready to be uploaded to a report server or launched from SharePoint. It has built-in support, and you'll see in the demonstration, built-in support for barcodes, QR code, data matrix, again with no additional software and needed other than the SSRS Web Report software. It's ready to work and run, and again, it's extremely easy to use. Okay, George? As I said, powerful. It's writing true SSRS reports, so all the features and characteristics and capabilities of SSRS are available. So charts and running totals. The report that's off to the right here is a report that was generated in just a few minutes using SSRS Web Reporting. Go ahead, George. It's a web-based piece of software, so it doesn't require anything loaded on a local device, and it also provides the ability for people anywhere, anytime, to be able to work from a smartphone or a tablet. They can actually create a report, upload it to the report server, and make it available for use company-wide if they wish. It really does open up the opportunity for people, no matter where they are, if they have a need to gather and analyze information, they're able to create, edit, and view from literally anywhere. And again, full SharePoint support. Go ahead, George. The people who we target for using SSRS Web Reporting are primarily, it's for managers who need and want to have immediate access to information anytime, any place. They understand their business, and when they need information, analytics, they're able to create a report on the fly from wherever they happen to be at that point in time to analyze the data that they know that they understand and have at their fingertips. It's also a tool for IT professionals so that they can quickly respond to requests for ad hoc reports. It's a tool that can be used by people who understand SSRS as well, just to make their life easier and more efficient in creating new reports on request. But it's really designed for anyone who wants the ability to create, customize, analyze data, and again, from any place that they have access to the internet and access to their information on the web. So I'm going to turn it over to George, and he's going to demonstrate the software, give you a much more clear look at how it works and what it does. And then again, we've got opportunities for Q&A at any point. Okay, George. George, are you on mute?
Sorry. Sorry, now we should.
Yeah, now it works. Okay, so let me show you a quick demo and see how we can quickly create a SSR report from web without using report builder or report designer. Here, log in. And then we create a new report. So on the left here is the data model set on the top of your database. It specifies which tables are you going to use for reporting and which field. So let us choose a few fields. So add them to the report. And we also add a filter. We just choose some countries in a list. So we choose some countries, just randomly some of them. And you can see you don't need to know how to connect to database, how to write queries. The query will generate automatically. So we go to the design tab. If we can just change some, like the report name, report author of this, we can change them quickly. So if we do not do anything, we click a preview button, a report like this will generate. We can go to the design tab, do further changes for the report. For example, we can reorder the field, and we can change the font. So for example, change the font, make it bold, and change the color. You can see it's checked. And we can continue to do some additional work for this report. We can insert a group, insert first by country, second by region. And then we can insert summaries quickly. So with last year's sales to the report footer as the grade total. And then we can to the country level and to the region level. So by the way, we can create a report from your desktop and later do the change and view the report from your mobile devices. We also can add the running total easily. You do not need to write any code. And data bar, indicator, field highlight. So we choose the condition field is this one, that's your sales, and also highlighting the same field is then greater than, let's say 5,000, and the color become red. So you can see a report with this data bar indicator and field highlighting, and we can continue to do some change for this report. Because we already have the two groups, so we do not need to show the country and the region in the details area. And we can also insert a chart quick and easy. So a report with chart like this will be generated. And we can go back and change the chart type to another one, just for example to the pie chart like this. So by the way, we have built-in support for QR code, barcode, and data matrix code. And they can also have a barcode like something like this with label. Okay, you can see a report like this will be generated. By the way, this is a true SSRS report. We can download it. And this one already be opened by report builder. So here you can see this report with all the chart, logo, and all the things. It's all here. And of course, you can change the report and by report builder and later upload back to the server. We have also a very cool feature, and we can generate the QR code for the report. So the report QR code like this. If you have your mobile devices like an iPad or your phone, you can scan this QR code, and the particular report will show in your mobile devices. So this is all my demo, and we can have a very quick and short Q&A session. So if you have any question, we can just discuss.
Okay, thank you, George, and thank you, Ken, for your presentation. So, does anybody have questions? You can speak now. Lucy, I saw you raise your hand. Or you can put your questions type on the chat, and we can discuss later. So, does anybody have questions?
Hello, I do have a question here.
Go ahead.
George. Okay, and George, can you go back to the database and use this one to directly connect to a multidimensional model?
Oh, you mean the multi-dimensional one like the cube, right? So currently, we do not support the cube. We support the relational database. In the future, we probably will add the support for cube.
Okay, thank you.
George, I think that Chris, he or she has a question. That how to link to database? What's the connection stream?
Okay, so basically, if we have the admin permission, you can go to the admin tab, and there you can add your database connector stream. That's your database connector stream. We have the data model part. So the data model part, basically, you can create a data model. Here you can when you add a new database stream, it will be here, and you can choose your database connection stream, create a data model. Save that data model, and go to the admin tab again, and choose your data model. Then the reporter will report all your database.
So does this tool connect to any kind of database, or is there any limit in terms of what kind of database it can connect to?
Okay, so probably any data relational database that Microsoft.NET supported. So for now, we have the connection stream can be OLADB, that's for Access or Excel kind of database. And also, we have the SQL Cloud, it's for SQL Server. We also have a connection for OpenDB.
Okay, Chris, you can speak because I unmute you because unmute you is the reason is because your background have sounds, so the noise. So I don't want to bother the presentation, but now you can speak now. Your questions about where to mention SQL instance name. This is the questions from the Chris.
So you mean
Yeah, sure. Yes.
Yeah, go ahead, Chris.
Just I want to know where I'm going to mention if I buy this tool, where I'm going to mention the SQL instance name to connect.
Okay. So let me show you. And I think we need to use the admin account. So basically, in the admin, here there is add the database connection string. Here you have your connection string. It include your GB instance and give a name and also choose the provider and do the test the connection. If it's all good, you can add the connection to the system and use this connection to create the data model.
Sure. Thank you, George.
Okay, and then the chart you have a questions about if I'm a user, do I need a SharePoint developer to maintain this SSRS web reporting tools?
And this one is actually run all its own. So it's all based on ASP.NET technology. So you do not need a report server or SharePoint. It can run all its own. Of course, if we have some configuration, you can create the report from SharePoint and save the report to the SharePoint. But in theory, you can just like deploy like ASP.NET application. It's dependent of others.
Is there any more questions?
Okay, Mass have a question. Mass will have questions. And do you hide data model? I just logged in, but I didn't see it.
Okay, so for the data model, here we have a few data model created. So if you create new ones, it will be here. You can just like change them on the fly. For example, you can know is the first one. You can just apply, and then it's just use the second one. The second one you can clearly see it just have 4 tables. And also, you can check the database data model and choose it as the default. So each time you go into the system, and that default one will be used.
Okay.
Very cool.
Yeah, thank you very much, George. And I think we can go ahead to the next presentation. If you have other questions, you can just send to the chat or put the questions on the chart, and then I will put the questions collect to the Word, so to show by end of the meeting. So whoever can answer it, just go ahead, or just open your microphone and then bring out your questions. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, George and Ken. I'm gonna turn the screen to Yvonne. She's gonna present her report. Yvonne, it's your turn.
Okay, sorry. Okay, hi. Thank you, Sarah. Can you see my screen now?
Yes.
Okay, thank you, Sarah, and thank you everyone for coming. My name is Yu Zhang, and I'm with the Fairfax County Public Schools. In the next 10 minutes or so, I will be talking about this dashboard that we have. Sorry, let me go back to slide 1. Okay. And this dashboard is created using Tableau. The main idea, I will first cover the basic functionality, and then I'll talk about some of the challenges and future plans for this report. And lastly, I would like to hear some constructive feedback or anything, or some questions from you. So the purpose of this dashboard is actually to first link student demographics and performance. So we usually compare schools' performance, but we didn't ask about whether the schools actually similar to each other, whether we're actually comparing oranges to oranges or, or oranges to apples. So this is the first time we actually have a report that link demographics together with performance. And we would like schools or leader in the high level to, when they talk about performance or compare, they think about taking into consideration of that demographics. And to quantify demographics, how do we actually quantify, how do you define similar schools? So as you can see in this dashboard, the bottom part is about demographics. We use a number of demographics, key variables to actually define school characteristics, and that includes enrollment, how big or small the school is, percent of black students, percent of Hispanic students, for reduced lunch students, students with limited English proficiency, student with disability, and dual enrollment in both LEP and as student with disability. And there's a gap. Group 1 is more like a combination of the above three characters. So on the top part of this report is a number of filters. We actually first started with just the first row right here. And we know that adding more filters actually that relate to performance of the dashboard, especially when you have multiple years of individual student level data. But then by request, we later add these orange filters, which is actually a student level filter, where you, I couldn't click on it because I only took like a screen, print screen for this, and I covered the school names just to protect the data. But if you click on it, you will be able to filter out, okay, we can just look at certain ethnicity group performance, or we can just look at student who with the free reduced lunch status, so on and so forth, or we can just look at certain grade level. And the main part of this report is reporting by pass rates. We look at the state tests and how each row here represents a school, and the school names are covered here. So how they perform in terms of pass rates in each subject, and it's state testing. And the bottom part is the demographic features. And the way it works is, let's say we can have the user to define either one or several features that they want to use to define their school characteristics. So maybe they're just interested in, free reduced lunch percentage above 80%. We can just slide this one over here to 80, and this filter will automatically filter out schools that fall into this category. We probably, let's say, only end up like maybe 2 to 3 schools here, and you can easily compare their performance. So, and the bottom here, the chart here will also be filtered as well, and because the user have used the free reduced lunch, but it's also helpful to look at other dimensions, other features to see where they vary and whether maybe if we end up with too many schools to compare, after examining the detailed demographics down here, they may decide to, okay, maybe we should add one more or two filters right here for to control demographics. So that's pretty much of it. And I have one more tab. As you can see, this report, we have two tabs. The first one is by subject, and the next one is by test. And these two are linked. So whatever filter you used for the first one, once you select it, and it will also apply to this second tab. And once that is done, it's so basically, you do your filters here and you end up with the same school in this tab. And this tab is basically drilling down to the test level. As you can see, if you remember, it was subject right here. You have math, reading. Let me go back. Page up. Science, history. So we think looking at these numbers and data or trying to find, make conclusions is like a peeling onions layer by layer. So you start with the outside, upper level. You probably end up with 3 schools that share similar demographics. But then you look across, you could say, well, this seems to vary a lot more in reading rather than math, so maybe we should be focused more on reading. So then let's drill down to next level, see which specific test in reading that we actually need to look into. So that will lead people to the next level. This is our way of a drilling down function. So you will look at, specific grade level reading, okay, grade 3, grade 4, or 5, and you probably find out, of course, you can easily sort with Tableau, to see, okay, maybe it's actually grade 4 that we need to, with limited resources, maybe we should start here to start to talk to other schools. What did you do? See, we have similar demographics, but we end up with very different results. And maybe that kind of helps schools start some conversation to help each other to better understand their school situation, or if there's anything they can learn from each other. The major challenge of this is because later we have you can tell, well, here's a huge number of filters here where you have the school level, the way that school structured, some people want to look at just their pyramid, and the schools are divided in region. These are all like standard basic filters we have for most of our reports. School level, that means, elementary, middle, high school. We have that filter so people can easily look at the levels that they're interested and whether they're Title I school or not. And project momentum is more a district or district specific project related. If they are project momentum schools, they have special attention or special support. And we do have a function that you can actually search school by name. This is more for the specific school level people, teacher. If they just want to look at their own school results, they just put in the school name. Of course, we can just look at one subject, and then also there's different tests, so we can filter that as well. So the orange filters were added later based on some requests because they want to look at subgroups performance. The challenge I have here, I did add that for them so they can, how do you want to dice and slice your data? Just look at certain Asian group, for example, or the thing is that they can just look at that group, but there's no way that they can compare to each other currently in this situation. I do have this dotted line with an aggregated value that, it depends on which group you're selecting. This gives you the aggregated average based on your selection. That's probably one comparison they can do. But if in case, in situation where they want to compare across subgroups, that would be a challenge, or that wasn't really designed for it. And also because of this orange filter being added, the backend data, I'll talk a little bit about the backend data and how this whole thing, how the backend data is structured. So because of that, we have to use the individual student level data. And it's huge. This is only 1 year, but if we want to look at 3 years in a row, the data are going to be huge. And we don't have Tableau server set up right now. We only have Tableau desktop. So what we did is just, I basically just have Excel file with all the data, and then do an extract. And with all these filters and the size of the file, sometimes it's slow when we switching or doing all these selections. That's something I hope to improve. So hopefully once we get to Tableau server setup, and because of the other issue, the other challenge we have is that we only want the schools to see their own school performance, especially when drilled down to individual level, because student data is always very, very sensitive. Currently, we only stayed on the aggregated level. What I did in my data set is I removed any of the identifier in the database where they can tell who is who. So that's kind of like a workaround way to protect privacy. But once Tableau server set up, we are hoping. We were told that once the data is linked to the database, the report is linked to the database, we will be able to gain row-level security. So that's pretty much I have for this. And if you have any questions or any suggestions, I would like to hear that.
Thank you, Yubo. I'm wondering, with your data set, how is the performance? Does it take long to render the report?
Because it does take several minutes to actually, when I do a refresh. But so far it's okay. But because it's just 1 year data, we're thinking of long term. If we go to several years, let's say 3 years, it's going to be an issue. Yeah, whenever I make changes in the backend data file, I'll have to refresh the extract. That could take a little bit long. Yeah.
So I think this question is more for the audience. I'm just curious, with this kind of report, is it possible to realize and to do it in using Power Pivot for SSRS? If that's possible, I guess it's possible, just how good or bad the performance will be.
Could you talk a little bit about the Power Pivot?
Oh,
is it the Excel?
Right. Yeah, because or you can use Power BI. I think, Chad, I think you are the expert of Power BI. Maybe you can give us some
Yeah.
ideas.
Yeah, can you hear me? This is Chad Yu.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah, I think Power BI or Power Pivot should be able to do similar dashboard. Yeah. But I just want to add one comment about if you want to compare the subgroup difference, you probably want to find a statistician to do a ANOVA analysis. But because I think Power Pivot or Tableau, there's no advanced statistical analysis function there.
Yeah, that's true. But well, I guess maybe you can like pre-calculate the data set and put it in a column or something
I
and
see.
bring it in.
Mm-hmm.
Would that be easier?
Yeah. So basically, it's probably okay. So we can use, yeah, we usually use SPSS or yeah, to do like a ANOVA or t-test. But I think for most of our we are more like yeah, most people they're still not asking, whether it's statistically significant, like the difference is statistically significant difference there or not. That's a good point. We should, even though the first problem is that we don't even have those groups actually showing up, and the issue is that if we have that, we kind of struggle like how to present that with so many different ways here, because it's not just like, okay, we just want to, this dashboard is just dedicated to like subgroup comparison for ethnicity, but at the same time they, there's so many ways, so many ways to group them, or there are so many different subgroups. We have, how do we actually present it here without making it overcrowded? And then the next question would be, usually people would ask, okay, are they actually statistically significant? We probably just run some analysis and answer those questions, or just put a note there which one is, statistically different from the other.
So if you can put those, yeah, the top two rows, how many you can put in there? I mean, in Tableau.
Top rows? You mean the subgroups?
Yeah, like if you were to put 20 in there, would that be possible even?
I think so.
Okay. I mean, the reason I'm asking is because we have a Power Pivot report that needs 20 of them. So I was like, oh my God, we just literally put them, we had to put them in one page just for those filters, and the report on the another page.
I see.
Yeah. So in Tableau, is it possible to put them in one page for all the filters, and then the report on the another page or something?
Oh, I see what you mean.
Thanks, Lucy. Actually, we have a report like that. We have a front page with the title and the company logo, and we put many filters on the front page, and you can set all the filters up front, and all the separate dashboard are controlled by the first page.
Okay.
So 2 pages?
Pardon?
I see.
2 pages? Like 1 page just literally for all the
Yeah,
filters
we
and
actually
this
we
local.
have several dashboards. They are all controlled by the first page filters.
Oh, I see. So sounds like we can get one more tab there, just filters, and then that's a good idea.
Yeah, in Power View, they have the similar feature. You can create several different views within one report. So you just kind of like what he said, first page you put the general report, and the continue you can just put one group. You probably can put a few groups in one
I
page.
see. Mm-hmm.
And for the performance question Sarah asked, I think if I please correct me, Hugo. Basically, it only take you several minutes when you refresh your data. So once the refreshing is completed, there is no lag time after that. Like say in your dashboard, you change the filters, the report will not the result will show up right away, right?
No, yeah. When we use the filters, it does like have to wait sometimes to pull the data. Yeah.
I guess the more
So are
filters,
you
the
using a
longer.
live connection or extraction when you connect to the data?
Extract.
Oh, okay. We don't have that kind of response time. Maybe our data set is small, so we extracted the data, and it only takes time when we refresh the data. But after refreshing, inside the Tableau report, because the data is already extracted and stored in Tableau reports. So in the Tableau reports, when you're changing the parameters, it doesn't take long time to respond. It's not like SSRS report. In SSRS, each time you change the parameter, it will query the database again. So this in Tableau is not the case.
I see. Okay. So usually extract should work better than live connection. Is that right? I've heard people always recommend using extract. Then
yeah, it depends. If your data the data source is not like changing on a high frequency, and you don't need to know the like say from the morning and to the afternoon. You don't need to know capture the change. Then you can use the extract. But if you want to know the live changing in the database side, you have to use the live connection.
Gotcha.
How many subgroups do you have?
So for ethnicity, I think 5. So yeah, I just got some ideas based on you guys' discussion. So sounds like maybe I can get other tabs just dedicated for subgroup comparison. For example, one tab is just ethnicity, like Asian, whites, Black, Hispanic comparison. And they are of course all linked. Once those filter sets selected demographics, and then the subgroup, the schools will be showing also will be those schools that fall into those demographics. But however, we can look at, instead of overall, we can look at cross ethnicity comparison. But the issue is the ethnicity is only one dimension. But then people want to compare students free reduced lunch versus non-free reduced lunch. And that's only 2 groups. And then people want to, well, some people are only interested in comparing, student with limited English proficiency versus, fluent, non-LEP. And there are, of course, people who are more interested in looking at student with disability versus non-disability student. So the subgroups within each category is not a huge number, like it's not like 20 groups or something, but they just all these different dimensions. So it sounds like maybe we can create a tab for each.
For each group.
Yeah, for each dimension.
Yeah. Another suggestion is you probably can do a regression test for all the groups, figure out which group is most related to your results. So you just show the few groups. Because right now, if you show every group, probably some are not really relevant.
Some may be redundant too. That's a good thought. That's something we were thinking before. Basically, create a composite. Each one weight differently based on the regression coefficient, and then we create a regression weights. And create a composite. So there's a composite school characteristic index for each school. We only use that. But it's always a trade-off. So that one thing is we're facing all those teachers without a lot of knowledge, and all of a sudden we reduce a huge number of information down to just one single number. They may have trouble understanding it. And then it's also a trade-off losing information. Maybe some teachers, they only want to compare, they only want to use one feature to define it. It's just a free reduced lunch status. Right. In that case, they lost that flexibility to use only one or two. So they're forced to use the composites. So the solution we were thinking, well, for now, we just have this thing put out there, but maybe go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, maybe use both methods. So one page is just the general summary, put in the most relevant groups or dimensions.
Yeah.
And keep another page as this one. So
that's a good idea. So maybe we have two versions.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Well, people, if you have more questions, maybe you can type on the side and see if anybody else would like to answer them. So,
okay, I'm good for now. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Yubo. Next, we'll turn the screen to Adams to show his SSRS report. Thank you. You can see your screen now. All right.
Okay, cool. All right, hello everyone. My name is Adams, and I'm gonna. Can you hear me well?
Yes.
Okay, if my voice fly away, just let me know. Today I'm gonna quickly show you a report that we often use in our daily SSRS development. So the purpose of showing this report is just to share with you guys a strategy of how to go through reports on different levels of requirements. So I'm going to use because I'm not going to show the real data of from the work because it's due to the confidentiality issue. So I'm going to use AdventureWorks 2008 R2, and my data set is going to be showing up right here, and this is the summary data set, and this is going to be the detailed data set. So this is going to be the report, how the report look like. So we have a couple of groups here. We have city group, we have a state group, we have a year group, and we can have a total on states and total on years. Let's see. So for the summary report, I just added in order to show on the different angles. For example, let me show you so I have 3 parameters for the summary report. One is the country, then view by different elements, and here I have 2 options. I can view the report by year or by quarter. If I pick year, then I'm going to show year options. If I pick quarter, it's going to show quarter options. Okay. So I just in the data query I set a switch here. If I view by year, so I'm going to take this condition. View by quarter is going to take a quarter condition. So I'm going to just do a little bit analysis for the strategy, how to drill through the report, how to pass a parameter to my child report. Now here in the summary report, we have a couple of labels report items. Now we have a city group, and for city group, of course, it's apparently this is in this summary report is the innermost group. So we have a city. For if I click the city group and go to reports, and it's going to take the city field, and also for year, going to take the year field, and then for quarter actually it's going to take in all available quarters of the selected years, and for state report items, it's going to take the states and all available cities, and year, of course, is going to be the year field. And for the total on years, so it's going to take all years and the corresponding city or states. For the total of the states, it's going to take the years that is selected, the year field actually, and all states and all cities. For the total of the data set, it's going to take everything. So I have a summary here, so you can see. So we have six levels. For each levels, we have different. It is how to pass up parameters. Now I'm just gonna show you briefly how to set I already created the report here. So now first I'm gonna the requirement is if I click the quantity, I would like to see the details, exact details of this summary. So it's the detail report should be by city, by the year, or whatever information that this elements gave. So if I go to the config action here, just make it bigger. Okay, now first the detail reports has, as I mentioned in the previously, detail reports we have parameters of country, year, quarter, and city, state. So because all of these five elements define the detail rows, of course, plus the sales details. Okay, here. So now for the detail report, we have country. So country, of course, because country is on the top of the report, so it's a filter. So this country's parameter is defined by the parent report parameter, so it's easy to pick. And for city, as we know, this is as mentioned in the previous analysis, we know that city is the field, the city field. For the year, it's the corresponding the year field. For quarter, now for quarter, because it's a little bit tricky here. So because in the report, summary report, we don't show the quarter detail. We just show the all year. So that means if we click this, we would like to see the all quarters, all available quarter for the selected year. But we have in some report we have two switches. One is by year, one is by quarters. So if we pick quarters, it's easy to pick. We can just select quarter, because this period are going to be quarter if we select 2 for view by. But if we select year, we would like to see all of the available quarter for the picked year. So here there are 2 different ways to do that. But one of the ways, because we want to see all of the available quarters for the year, for select year, so we use a lookup function to get all of the available quarters for the year. But now this just gives all of the lines, all of the rows. It got to have lots of duplicates. So there's a custom code to remove the duplicates, and then this is a little bit the conversion, because the function actually, I can show you the function here. The function actually takes the string. So first we have to convert this to a string that joins everything, and then it returns a string. Let's see, yeah, it returns a string. So this function, it just so when we pick year, view by year, so we're gonna take all of the quarters and then use this kind of function to turn the quarter parameter into array type. So for this one, it's gonna take all of the quarters if we select view by year. So for the level of state total, the only difference is because this label, it stays within the same column with the city, so everything's going to be the same as for the city. But the only different thing is the city. So it's going to take this city of the selected city field. But for city, state. But for city, we would like to see all of the cities under this state. Now here I just use because as I mentioned, there are different strategies of passing such kind of parameter. Here I just use a blank. So accordingly, in my detail query, I need to present this. If a city is if we don't pick city in a specific city, so it's going to take just the state. Again, this is like a switch, right? And the city parameter in the detail report, I just because I allow blank for this parameter. So in the detail reported set query, I put this here. If it's a blank, then we won't filter by city. If the city is selected, we'll filter by city. Okay, go here. Okay, and if we go to the total of all years by state, so this is going to be again, it's similar to, because it stays in the same row, so it's or same level label. So it's going to be similar to this one. So what the difference, of course, is a year. No, the city is still the same. We just use a blank if it's all cities. Quarter the same as this, or quarters. But year is the same thing. It's similar to how we pass the quarter parameters. If we select view by year, so it's going to be the year parameter, since the whole data set is controlled by the parameters. But if we select by quarter, the same thing. We need to look up all available years of the selected quarter. So the function is the same. And we go to now we already have this and this one. And we go to the total summary for year. So total summary meaning all states summary per selected year. So again, this is going to be similar because it stays within the same column as this and this. So it's going to be very similar. The only difference is the state. So because this is this level actually takes all of the states of the dataset. So what I did here is I just use I force the condition to be true and then select all of the states from this data set. Of course, if I just do this, if I don't do remove duplicates, so this is going to return all of the rows. But here I'm not going to do too much here, but just to try tell you that you can use custom code to remove duplicates. And if you want to show in the detailed report all of the states, of course you have to remove the states, otherwise it's going to just show all the repeats here. So for the entire total, the total of data set, is going to be, it's going to take in, gonna be taking all of the elements. So for country, of course, this is, the country is on top of the report, so it's going to be taking the country parameter. So state, we're going to take all states, and for city, we're going to take we don't pass anything. So, but in the data report, it's going to filter by state. So for year, we don't take all years. So it depends on the switch we pick, year or quarter. So for quarter, again, this is it's similar to year. So it's determined by the switch. Now let me show you just curious about this one. Okay. So I already rendered this summary report, so we can show you the different level of how it looks like. So for city group level, as I just let me pick the, okay, this one. What happened? Did I change anything? It's not specified. Oh man. Okay. Let's see, did I change this? I didn't change this already. Oh man, okay, this is going to take a little bit while. I apologize, this report may take a little while, but once it's rendered, let's see, I can have the screenshot here. So before this report came up, if you guys have any question, you can ask. So just not to waste your time waiting here.
Adams, since we're waiting, can I take a look at your code in the slides?
The data set, right?
The second one.
Okay.
Sorry, the third one.
You mean the detail?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, detail. Yeah.
All right. Yeah, actually, I'm sorry. So actually, as I mentioned, in the city, we just use this strategy, which we allow blank value for city, just to filter to determine which one we were going to take. Again, we can use the same thing for year and quarter, but here is I didn't allow blank for year or quarter is because I want to also show all of the year element and quarter element in my detail report header, like the page header or whatever report header. So I just pass the value from summary report, so it can be shown in the chart report. But for city, it's not. There's no such requirement. You can do this. If it's required, then probably cannot allow blank here because this element will be used in your chart report. Again, this is going to be the different strategies. Let's see, it's still running. That's why I just had it rendered. So you can ask questions, just no need to really wait.
Okay, does anybody have questions? You can start to raise your hands or put your questions on chat or just direct to speak out your questions. Thank you.
Adam,
Yes.
could you please show the report because it's so much logic there.
Yeah, I'm sorry because this one I don't know why it takes so long when I
okay,
the first time.
I saw you have the report already. Okay, that's fine.
Yeah, I can if you want, I can show you the. I'm not sure. Maybe this one may help. This is just a screenshot of the report.
Okay.
Let me see.
Adam, can you show us the expression in your report? I didn't follow.
Oh, okay. Well, I was going too fast. So okay, take this one. This is actually this level is more specific, right? Because it refers to. So when we click this one, so you're gonna actually it takes information from city field, from year field, and of course we have parameters here, right, on top of this report. So we have country, right? It takes because this one is a dataset parameter.
Right.
Okay, and for quarters, because I'm not showing here, so quarters, it just okay. For quarters, I just take all of the available quarters unless we pick the view by quarter parameter. But if we just pick view by year, then you can take all quarters. But if it's we take, okay, this is what you want to see.
Right.
So for example, if I pick one, that is year. So I'm gonna have to take all of the quarters, right? Yeah, quarters. So the quarter for the lookup condition is the year. So which years, if I put the year here, no, this is the reference data set, and this is resolving into return, right? And this is these two are the key for the lookup. So this is the field of this data set, and this is a field for the tablets. So when it's equal to this, you're gonna return the available quarters. But now this is gonna, for this lookup set, it's gonna return all of the dataset rows, no matter how many repeats you have. You're gonna return that. So you need if you don't if you don't want to show this in your detailed report, then you don't really need to remove duplicates. But if you want me to show that, of course, you have to just clean that a little bit. So there's
So basically, that split function is just to, for example, we only want to looking for 2015. So
right.
if the year matches to year, then we'll get all the quarters for that year.
Right. Because sometimes, but this is just an example of, but in the real data, it's not a year, it's something else, right? So we don't know like how for this element, for this element, we don't know which one we're going to return. It may be different, it's all dynamic, or they may add new elements. So this is why we use the lookup here.
Okay.
But in some scenario, like say for some report, it really depends on your report. But the only purpose is to try to make the report as simple as it can be. So for some of the some cases you can use hard code if it's fine for the for the
Okay. It's a dynamic lookup. Okay.
Right, but this I'm just trying to show you in such kind of scenario.
Nice.
Let me see.
Okay.
Okay, I stopped the render. But if you guys are interested, I can send this audio to Sarah. Sarah can probably distribute to people. But I'm not going to show it in here. So
may we have the audio file?
Yes, I can send to you. So and also, but I know you guys have AdventureWorks right tonight. It's old.
So I still have a question here, Adam. What is the last one? The parameters. The last
one, for the top level, right?
No. Sorry. Back to the quantity. Yeah. The city.
This one.
No, the one you just opened.
Oh. You mean the parameter of that?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, this is states.
No, quarter. The
quarter.
one.
Yeah, you just yes.
Quarter. Yeah, because quarter actually, this one depends on what view, what this parameter you pick, right?
Okay.
If you pick by view by year, then we're taking all of the quarter because you have to pass a parameter to your detail report. You cannot leave it blank unless you intentionally select a blank and then you have to change your detail. There's a query, right? That's a different story. But if you want to pass a value to your detail report, then you have to do that. You have to pass a value here. Otherwise, the report was waiting for the parameter. That's why you have. Well, if you pick 2 because this is a quarter, 2 is a view by quarter, you just directly use the quarter value, right? Because this period is going to be quarter value if you pick 2.
Okay.
Right. So this is how it.
Okay.
So the report design may not be reasonable in terms of business, but this is just I'm trying to use this data to show some of these strategies here. But real the report in your work, it really depends on the requirement.
Okay.
Hey, that's very cool, Adams. And yeah, if you could.
Yeah, I'll send you the audio. Also, if you guys are interested, you can just play all by yourself. There might be some little bit bug here, so you can debug. That's gonna be something maybe cool.
Yeah,
you can play whatever. I'll send you. Or I can do something. I found a bug here, but let me send you the 2 audios.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Ed.
How do I return this to you?
We can switch. And by the way, everybody, when you expand your screen, so you will see they have a handouts. And now we have 4 handouts there, so you can download it right now in the meeting. So by end of meeting, the handout's gone. You cannot download it. So download it right now when you have a chance. And then we appreciate Eden to show us this wonderful report. And the next presenter is Frank. And also the time is over a little bit, but I hope you can still stand. And then Frank will present better on the other meeting too. So Frank, are you ready?
I have turned the screen to you. Just a second. Okay, now you should be able to talk.
Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Which one do you see the Tableau report?
No, we see some nice view.
Can you see it now?
Yes.
Hello?
Yes, we can see it.
We can see it.
Okay, cool. So basically, this is one component of dashboard report. I'm trying to create a table. For this table, what we need to have is first of all is a sales time period filter. Basically, this is not my real business data. I got this data from AdventureWorks. For the source data, here's the table. I have state and reseller name and month and sales amount. This is a detailed table. My end user doesn't want to see this. What they want is just a summary of running average in the most recent 3 months or 6 months or 9 months, 12 months. Same thing for running max, running min. And they want a time period filter. So when I change the starting time, the month bucket need to change. So this part, just add a date filter that is easy. Also, the next part is need to create a 3 to 12 months bar case. So basically, if I choose all the time points, I will have 3, 6, 9, 12 these bar case. And in each bar case, I need to calculate running average, running max, and running mean. So far so good. I can get this function work properly, but I'm stuck in at the last step. The end user want to calculate a running trimmed mean, which means if I only choose the most recent 3 months, say from February to from March to April to June. So in these 3 months, I already have a running average. But what we also want is a running mean, which means in these 3 months, I need to exclude this one, exclude the lowest one, the highest one, and only calculate the monthly average in middle. So if I only calculate the most recent 3 months, that will be this number. So if I have 6 months, so for 6 months, what I really need is I want to exclude this lowest value and exclude the highest value and calculate the average of these remaining 4. So that's where I stuck. I cannot get the trimmed mean working. I already have a trimmed mean calculation. Here is the formula. So for trimmed mean is I use window sum function to sum all the average monthly sales and minus the maximum minus the minimum one and divided by the window count minus 2, which means exclude the maximum months and the minimum months. So this formula works in other situations. However, once I put it to the periodic summary, it's always calculating the, how to say, it's always calculating or selecting. Let's say if I have 6 months, it will calculate the 4 months in the middle. So it's not like other running calculations. Like say this one, I only calculate the last 3 months, but this one it calculated the entire table. So this is where I get stuck. I need some input on this formula, how to make it work. So the ideal case will be if you know how to get it work in Tableau, that will be the best. But if you know how to do the same thing in Power BI or in SSRS, that is also good options for me. So yeah, you can feel free to ask me questions about the previous steps, how I did that, or if you know how to make this trim the mean calculation work, you can please let me know how to modify this calculation.
So I'm Alex, and I think the logic is pretty good. Just your table calculations, the settings may need some tweak. So what is the trimmed? You trimmed 1 day or 1 month or 1 week? You didn't say.
Oh, so trimmed months on the month level. So
1 month level. So 3 months you will only have 1 month left.
Right. Yeah.
And 6 months you will only have 4 months left.
Yeah. That's right.
Okay. So
the current problem is like for 3 months, it's not picking up the only remaining left months. It's still calculating 4 months. Yes. But for example, in this situation, it's calculating the 6 months. And
right.
yeah, so that's the part is not working.
Okay. Can you right click on trim the mean?
Yeah.
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 No.
This one?
Yeah, this one. Yeah, on this one. Right click.
Uh-huh.
And show compute using. Show.
Yeah. This part I tried. It doesn't change.
Yeah. Don't click. Don't click.
Don't click. Just right click.
No, just show me the compute using. Yeah.
Okay.
So you have days of sale period, right? Yeah. Select sales period.
Select
the last one.
Hmm?
The last one, Frank.
The last one. This one?
No. Contact.
In the computer using the last one sales period.
This one?
Yeah.
Right.
Nothing changed.
Nothing changed. Yeah, nothing changed. So you have. So I see you have day of sales period.
Yeah, but actually that is just the first day of every month.
First day of every month.
Yeah.
Okay. So how many records do you have per month? You have 1 record, or you have 30 records? What do you have?
Like this. If I choose all the states.
No. Sorry, I'm talking about them.
Go ahead.
You know, for the date dimension, okay, for the sales period dimension, right? You said April 1 is a, it's a 1 record per month.
Yes. Okay. So for each individual seller, there is only 1 number.
I see. Okay. Could you go back to the detail? Oh, yeah, no. Yeah.
Periodic summary.
Periodic summary, yeah. So did you change something? It's now 14 something. Okay.
Oh, I changed the states.
Okay. So it doesn't matter. So
yeah.
Go back and right click on trim the mean and select edit table calculation. So sales period compute using sale period. Okay, just click on the first drop down menu. Yeah. Now advanced. Yeah, click on that one.
So could you just select one state? Oh yeah, it's one state, state of Florida. Yeah. So can you show show the detail that is it the middle value of the 3 months, 14,305?
Yeah, you can also see it from here. This is the detail table.
Okay. So from April to June. So do you see the 14 something?
No.
So there's
yeah, if I put it for the last 3 months, it is fine. Last
so
3 months. But if I have one more month, it will.
Yeah, stop here. Stop here. So
yeah.
So the April one is the maximum.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. That's okay. Okay. All right. All right. All right. So when you go to 6 months, let's go to 6 months. So this is from January. And if we exclude the 56 and 11 something, right? And we will have.
We should exclude this one and this one. So the remaining will be 14, 12, 11, 18.
No, you said one maximum and one minimum, right? The minimum is 11.
No, minimum is this one.
Oh, minimum is this one. Okay, it's a 6 something, yeah. I see. So it's a 6 something and the 18 something. Yeah. So I guess the 14 is just the average of the remaining 4 numbers. So the problem here is the formula will give you because the formula here it seems you didn't limit the calculation between basically the 3 months you didn't give it the filter to the trimmed mean, okay?
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So that is the problem to your formula, and the 6 months is 6 months is based on this period. Basically, you are using one date filter, and you okay. So
I think you're on the right direction. For others, I have formula like this. If index is 3, the running average is like that. For this trimmed mean, I try to add that one. Like say if index
No. You need to put that inside the window function, okay? Yeah. Inside the window function. You see what I mean?
But how?
How? Just before average.
Before average. Before average.
Yeah.
Okay.
Something. and put an and after average.
Okay.
If something, the condition.
Yeah.
Then average.
Okay. Then
you need to put it then. And put an end, yeah, after average. So
put the end here.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I don't know. It seems if index equals to 3, then average it is. That's not. I mean, index. I think. Where is the index equal to 1 or something? You know, what? So I guess it must be less and equal than 3, something like that. It's not a single term. It's going to be 3 terms. You see what I mean? The 3. Well,
yeah.
If you don't mind, you can send me this workbook.
Yeah. I send you the link. So if anybody have interest to take a look, please download from here.
Okay, send me the link.
Yeah, Frank's sample data is in the handout. I couldn't upload his PW something. Sorry, I forgot the.
Yeah, just ask.
The file, so.
Ask Sarah to send the link. Yeah, afterwards.
And also, you both said whether or not you have tried LOD.
LOD. I didn't try, but it's good to look into that. LOD.
Yeah, Frank, that's your link, right? I'm gonna post it on the site. If anybody's interested, the link will be in the chat window.
Yeah.
Okay. So Frank, how about well, maybe you guys can discuss afterwards.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. So I think I can stop here. Please let me know if you have a solution for this problem. Thank you in advance.
Okay, thank you, Frank. Yeah, sir. Frank also put the questions. I have present her. Sorry, Frank. You put the public tableau.com profile, so you put your file here already.
Yeah. I posted it on the chat windows here.
Okay, great.
So that everybody can see it.
Okay, so everybody can check your chart. I just copied the link, so you can go here and then download the file.
And the data is in the handout. Also, I remember there was a Ivy who had a question about Tableau. Are you here? Because I do not know your registration ID. If you are here, please raise your hand or speak. Okay, I guess she's not here tonight. I'm going to show my screen and I'll show you guys one last thing, and then we'll wrap up. Give me a sec. Sorry for the delay. Can you guys see my screen now?
Yes.
Okay, cool. So in here, I also put it under the chat window. Sorry, the poll. I'm not here. Anyway, the handout. That's the, well, basically this thing is like on the top, that's what I need to do. And then I supposed to put like the variable on the scale. And then the white one supposed to represent scale date 1. And then the 3/4 variable is supposed to represent scale date 3. And then the red one is the indicator. Well, this is basically show like when a project starts from say like day 0 all the way to 274 days. That's the duration of the project. And then the red indicator means from day 0 till today. That's how many days it passed. It's just showing the progression of the project. And then the white circle, white variable, and also the other balls didn't show up because when I showed this thing, there was no data for the other ones in between. So it's supposed to be white, 1/4 fill, half fill, 3/4 fill, and total black. So those are the variables. And the issue here, or the challenge, is that when using SSRS, the variable doesn't really show the right spot on the scale because the position of the variable is the way you calculate. It doesn't really have a relation with the scale itself. So you can only do an estimation of where it's located. And the blue one is the correct position. So, you know, the white one's supposed to be, but it's not. Right now, the challenge is that it's not sitting on the right spot. Also, the dates, like August 15, that's supposed to be the first day of August, and same thing with October and December, things like that. They're supposed to be showing on the right spot, and also these are not on the spot, at the right spot. It's the same issue with those variables. So the question is, do anybody know how to put them on the right position, use what kind of tools? So these position 1 and 1, 2, 3 basically means the date elapsed ever since start date to say like a scale date 1. There were like 42 days passed, and then scale date 2 from the start date that's 84 days, things like that. So this is the challenge on how to put the variable in the right position, and also put these labels on the right position. This was done using SSRS. I think SSRS gauge, but you know, whatever tools can realize this thing, you know, maybe as a way to replicate this thing, but put them in the right spot. So that's the challenge here. And another thing, well, I put like a pin points in here. as lack of a better word. So another thing would be how to dynamically determine how many months to show. In here right now, these are manually put in, just like did a calculation of 6 intervals and put in between start date and end date. So there are a total of 6. So that's only showing 6. But if a project duration is like 3 years, that'll be many months in between. But you can only show like 4 gaps. It's kind of difficult for the end user to guess where their project is, even though we do have the red indicator, but it's like it's so coarse, it's really difficult to guess. So I was thinking if there's a way to dynamically show, okay, how many months in between from start to end. And also their projects maybe only last, say, 6 months. So if it's 6 months, the number of months showing here would also change, or say 3 or 4 months. I've thought about putting like a lot of labels and maybe hide them, but still, when I think about it, it either will be really crowded, or when you have a really short duration, it like doesn't look nice. Anyway, if anybody has a better idea to design this thing or make it more accurate in terms of where the variable locates, and also the start of each month showing above the scale, that'd be great. So this is something I pretty much I almost feel finished, but as a challenge for our next discussion, and see if somebody will have a better idea to design something like this, and also show variables instead of something like this, just with the different colors. That's the anyway. I think somebody has questions here.
Hey, Sarah.
Uh-huh.
I was thinking for your first question, the first question you want to show the label of month in the correct position, right?
Right.
So that's going to be your month is going to be labeled, right? Is it true?
Yeah. Well, this is a kind of calculation. Say like
doesn't matter what it is. I mean, if it's a label, the label position you can play that. You can play the label position. It's you can select the percentage, and this percentage is going to be linked to your the percentage of the day compared to the whole day range.
Right. That's how I put those in there.
And what happens is your scale has a margin, and you have to consider the margin. Right, because the start point is starting from the margin, and then you may have to adjust a little bit.
Mm-hmm. You're absolutely right.
Yeah, minus the margin. That's going to be your starting the left position, I guess.
But here's the thing: when you consider, well, I try to factor in the margin. However, the margin is by pixels. It's not percent. And also,
okay,
what version you can't add or minus apples from oranges. So that's the issue here. And when you do the position of these months, that's calculated by ratios, like you said. How many days from say October 1, or from start till October 1. And that you can do the ratio and divided by the duration of the project. the challenge is that you have a margin here.
So you mean the percentage is not a selection for you? You can only do pixels?
No.
That is strange, right?
This is done by calculate the percentage. However, this area is pixels.
Did you look at the layout, the scale layout? If you right click layout, there's the margin, and it's supposed to you should have the options of percentage, because it's default as a percentage, right? I'm not quite sure. It should be default by something.
They don't even give you other options. Only thing it shows is pixels. I couldn't see the percentage. That's why I couldn't do it. And plus, even if it's a percentage, that will be off as well, because your
that you have to adjust a little bit. Just may not be necessarily the margin of your start point. It might be a little bit less than that. You just have to calculate a little bit. Try, for example, if it's 8, I think it's default by 8, and you minus by 8 or 5. But look at your label is it's vertical, so it doesn't take too much space for horizontal. So you can just say the margin of your start point, which is maybe 8 or something like that.
I did try different, like a minus different percentage, and it's not accurate. But yeah, but
yeah, because the position is by is the percentage of over your entire range, right? And each of your marker is also I would say is also if say for example the starting point is your reference, is your base, then this should be accurate. But because of the the margin
right
is here, so you have to whatever, I don't know.
Yeah, I tried different percentage. It didn't. It never really matched. And the only accurate
yeah, it
way.
may not be very. I mean, it not be exactly on the right position. Especially you have a lot of small small like interval or something like that. It will be a little bit off.
Yeah,
so
the
it's really hard to do.
Right. Yeah, that's why I was thinking, to see if somebody want to give this a try with whatever tool you feel comfortable with.
I think for your second one, for the interval one, you can also do the expression. It can be dynamically shown. For example, if you want to give 4 intervals, right? So first you have to calculate the total range. For example, here you have 274 days. That's your total range, and then you can divide by 4 and take the ceiling or whatever for flooring. That's going to be your interval number.
Correct.
It depends on the range, right?
Yes. So if you do that, these are labels.
Right.
These are labels.
Okay.
Yeah. These are manually put in the relative position. I can do a
the thing is, you see your range is dynamic, and your position of your label also depends on your range. Actually, it shouldn't be off too much, right?
Well, they do.
Maybe like a little bit. It's really hard to put
see
in.
this one. Yeah, they're kind of off, and also, well, I figured out a way to make this one this label in the indicator here, the relative position correct. But that took several tries to made it work. So that's correct. But in terms of those variables, their relative position on the scale, they're still kind of off. That's the challenge here. Then also,
the main problem here is because the scale doesn't give the date type. It only gives a numeric type. So you don't.
Yeah.
you cannot show date, right? That's the main thing.
Right. They do not let you show date. The only way you can show on the scale is numeric.
Right. It's only numeric thing.
Yeah. So, all right.
I think it's because of this, this kind of gorge. They only do aggregation stuff. So
right, because well, I don't think it'll be I don't think there will be a way to show dates or anything on
no,
a
there's no such
scale.
kind
It
of
doesn't.
no
Yeah, it
option
doesn't.
for this. Right.
Right. It'll be difficult to implement.
Right. But if you really want to mimic this, it's I think really hard because it doesn't really link to your scale. It's all depends on
Their
something.
prediction. Yeah. So if you want accuracy, the only way would be like this thing. This is very accurate because
Right.
the position is directly linked to the scale.
That is the value of your scale, right? I mean the value of your set of this set. It is accurate.
Yeah. This is like a today's date.
Right.
You know how many days it elapsed from start till today's date.
Okay.
So this is very accurate. However, these things don't, the indicator, they do not have hover balls. So I want hover balls. That's why I cannot use the, like these kind of circles and fill it with the color, different color, because they said they do not want different colors because they have, color coded pretty much everything. They said it'll confuse the end user. Anyway, so they want hover balls. Okay, I think I mean, if anybody want to take the challenge, you're welcome, and maybe if you figure out a way to do it, please come back and share with us how you did it. Well, it's 2 hours. I'm sorry this meeting lasts 2 hours. I think we're gonna stop here, and this is my last slide for today. So the first that's a real life example. You guys, if you can do it. And also our next meeting is December the 6th, 2015. The title of that meeting is What's New for SQL Server 2016 Integration. The presenter will be Jimmy Wong. He's a principal program manager from Microsoft SSRS team. So basically, their team, his team, are the ones developed the SSRS. So I hope you guys can come back and join us. I'm sure this will be a wonderful presentation. If anybody has questions or comments and any suggestions how to how you think the meeting will be more efficient, please email us at SaturdayNightSQL@SQLPass.org. I'm gonna check one more time and see if anybody has any other thing.
Yeah, Sarah. George just sent out some suggestion for you. It's about he write down on the chart. So he say most likely using report builder or report designer cannot achieve what you need. You might dynamically create SSRS RDL for your purpose. You may control what the SSRS RDL should be. So maybe we can put your questions on to the next meeting, and we appreciate everybody to join our meeting today and also participate your whatever present or comments or bring out your questions to our meeting. And also please send your questions, comments to the SQL Saturday night SQL at SQLpass.org. And Sarah, you can continue now.
Yeah, I guess if well, I saw Lillian. Do you have any questions? I saw your hand.
I'm sorry, Sarah, this is Ouyang. I know it's running very late. Yeah, just want to check if Alex still there, and I have the dynamic Tableau parameter problem. I want to see. I think it's a simple question. I just want to maybe demo like 2 minutes.
Okay. Ouyang, so you need to share your screen?
Yeah.
Okay.
Alex, do you mind to stay a little bit longer?
Yeah, I know it's really late.
Okay, I'll transfer screen to you, Ouyang, and hopefully Alex can give you some suggestion to help you out. Yeah, we can see your screen now.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, right now this is as of date is a parameter, so it's just the date parameter. And I put it current date, any date. Let me see, just put it today. And then what I'm trying to do is just put a filter is true, then we only see the data is as of today. So, and the user can have the ability to choose any date they want to see. So if they pick November 1st, then only, I sorted descending. So this is the idea. So if we pick today's date, but the problem is when I publish this into Tableau server, this parameter will stay there. So next day, tomorrow, it will be November 22nd. However, this as of date still stay the same. So the user wants us to give them show the today's date dynamically. So this is my problem. And I googled Tableau does not support the dynamic parameter. There must be some way around. I googled and read some documents and still didn't find a solution yet. Okay, so basically just show as of date as today's date. Yeah, that's my question.
Yeah. I saw you have a today parameter. That means it doesn't work for Tableau?
Today, there's a function called today, but today cannot be on the parameter.
Okay.
If I set the data type as date, then current date, I can only pick one value, and then this value will stay on the Tableau server. So if I publish as of November 1st, then it always shows this date. It won't automatically change to today's date.
Alex, do you have any suggestions?
Yeah,
yeah,
I know.
You missed the beginning. I was doing something, and say, could you restate the problem? I know you cannot do that in parameter, but what is the problem statement? What are you trying to do? You don't have to use a parameter, right? You can use a date variable as well for for this, you just default to the today's date and let people choose the date. It doesn't have to be a parameter.
What's the other option if I'm not using parameter?
You just use date.
Oh, you mean just like order date?
Yeah. Not necessarily order date, but because order date you don't have today inside, right? But you can default to the last date, to the latest date.
How? If I put order date here?
Yeah, you put range of date, right?
I have to use range of date. Yeah, I use the superstore. This is the range.
Date, right?
Superstore date. What? I'm sorry. Relative?
No, not relative date. Relative date is.
Yeah, you cannot pick the date you want to see.
Right. You okay. You make it you make it a discrete date. A discrete date. Yeah. You drag the data into the filter. Yeah. Just drag the data into the filter. No. Do that. Do that.
I'm sorry?
You drag the date to the filters.
Okay.
Yeah. And select I guess it's individual dates. Yeah. Yeah.
Everything.
Yeah, everything. Yeah. And yeah, right click on the top right corner. No, of the date. Make the filter like a single select. Yeah, single select. Yeah, something like that. That way you can pick any date, right?
Yeah. Then it can only show one date. It's a single.
Yeah, that's one date, right? That's one date.
Well, I need to have the running total up to today's date.
Yeah. Okay. Running total up to today's date. That's very easy. Yeah. Total for what? Total of sales or what?
Yeah, okay. Sales. But right now you only pick one date. There's no... Yeah, currently the order date is only one date. So it cannot do the running total. Right.
Right, but here you use the data as a filter. You do not, we can embed the date inside the formula. It cannot, if you put it in as a filter, you only get one date of the value. So you take it off from the filters, and we need to create a formula for the running date.
Okay. Yeah, I think I got your idea to make this. For example, if I do descending, then today's date will be always on top, right? Then they still have the choice to go back to any date they want to. It's just not as the format is not like the calendar. It's just the string.
It can be a calendar if you wish. Yeah. it can be a calendar. Yeah. But let's first understand what you want to do. What you want to do is a running total. Running total, it doesn't really have to do with date. So you want to say have a running total from what date to what date? From running total must be
It's okay. I can from the very beginning. I don't need the start date.
So that's one value, from the very beginning to the very end. That's only one value. It seems you want to pick a date then to see some value.
Yeah, the thing is compared to last year. So for last year's date, the data I shift. So I make last year all the date shift to date year plus 1. Then so as of one date, I just compare to last year.
Let me rephrase what you want to do. You want to compare the YTD value or YTD from the beginning of the date, from the January 1st to today, the running total, and compare to the same period of last year. Is that what you want to do?
Okay, I work in the university, so each year the students apply to the school, to university. So I don't need the start date. They just any date they start to apply. I just
any day they start to apply up to today.
Yeah, and until today. So the admission office they want to know. Okay, as of today, how many students applied? For example, 1,000 students applied today, and the same date last year, how many students applied? And we're going up or down. So they want to know, what's our situation compared to last year.
Okay, when you say, so the application date is always a date in the same year. Say, for example, if somebody apply in January 1st, can they apply also in December 1st of last year?
Yeah, they can apply any date, and we have two different counts. One is distinct count is count for the applicants, and if one person applied twice or multiple times, we also count the applications.
That's just counted the number of applications up to today, right?
Yeah.
Or up to, say, yesterday, or up to last week, or up to, say, October 1st. Is that something you want to check as well?
Right. The user should have the ability to pick any date they want to compare. As of any date, what's the situation compared to last year?
Okay, that's very well understood now, and it can be done pretty easily. Just, I think, yeah, should we do it now or what?
Yeah, I know it's very late, and I know I can always reach you by WeChat. So, we don't have to finish it today. Just, I want to show you my problem.
Okay, I got it.
But would you be able to send Alex your file and?
The best way is to send me a sample data, just dummy data you have, and then.
Yeah, this is just Superstore. I just add as of date as parameter, and there's nothing. If you want, you
If
can.
you can send him these, and then maybe he can figure it out, and so have you try it.
Okay, I'll try.
Yeah, you just add a couple of columns, and for example, there's a date, and how many application you got in that date. I guess there are 2 columns, and then we can give you a count of any date. Yeah. You see what I mean? You say January 1st we get 5 applications. January 2nd we get 3. February 1st we get 5, and stuff like that.
Yeah, I think we don't need to use the Superstore is also good. I just add 2 years on because the Superstore data is only up to 2013. Yeah, I know it's not very good, but not good data, but it's still workable. Just use Superstore, I think.
The Superstore is okay. The Superstore is only has data only up to 2015.
13, yeah, the last day of 2013. That's why.
So let's assume we leave in 2013. Is that okay?
Yeah.
That's okay.
Yeah, let me see. So if I remove
We can
this,
assume we
remove
leave
this.
2013.
Yeah, this is the last date in Superstore.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you so much. It's really late. I think we can wrap up.
All right. Thank you so much, Alex, for your help, and also thank all of you who presented tonight, especially George, and for your suggestion for me, my last question, and hopefully, if possible, maybe you can come back next time and show us how you could dynamically make RDL. Are you still here, George? Okay. I think we'll wrap up. Thank you, everybody, for attending the meeting, and hope next meeting.
Bye. See you.
Thank you.
Thank you. By the way, the meeting is recorded, and if anybody is interested in the video, please let me know. Thank you.